Hello, hello, pretty people. How are you guys doing today? I hope everybody is doing all right. Sorry, my hair is a real hot mess. It is so windy outside. All right, so today we're going to be making a door hanger using the reverse stencil technique. I love this technique. I love doing this. It just gives it a different look, and it's super fun. I actually was going to do two today, but I had some difficulties with the stencil. So this is a 15-inch birch wood round. It's a 1/2 inch thick. It has been stained, and then it has been sealed. First I sanded it, then I stained it, then I sealed it. So now we're going to paint it, and then I'll seal it again. So what we're going to do is, before we paint anything, I cut a stencil, or I cut a word out of Cricut onto just regular vinyl, and it says welcome, and it's got the B on there, and everything's backwards because Facebook still hasn't fixed it where we can flip our camera so you can read everything. You can probably read it this way. Yeah, so that's what the stencil looks like. So we're going to put this down on here, and then I'm going to paint over top of this, and then we peel this up, and the welcome and the B is going to be in the wood grain, like it's going to be the brown, and then I'm going to paint all this yellow. So it's one of my favorites. I love the bee on here. I love the yellow, and I also will put tulips at the top. I love using the tulips in there. So I'm going to put this down where I want this to be. And then I'm going to put some tape across the top, because the top is going to be the wood grain. I'm not going to paint the very top because the bow is going to cover most of that. And so this is going to be, the bottom part's going to be yellow. And I'm just trying to get it centered up. Now I will tell you one thing. This is Cricut transfer tape that I'm transferring the vinyl on here. What happened yesterday was I was going to do a donkey this way, and I was out of the regular transfer tape, and I had strong grip transfer tape. I hate it. I hate that transfer tape, but I was out, and I'm like, I'm just going to use it because I really want to do the donkey. And the transfer tape that is strong grip is so strong, I couldn't get the vinyl to stick to the wood. So, trashed it. Today after church, I stopped at Michael's and got some more regular transfer tape. That's strong grip. Oh my gosh, it is such a pain. Okay, so I have this down pretty much where I want it. Everything looks good, so I'm going to go ahead and press everything down. And this transfer tape, I use the transfer tape to transfer the vinyl onto the wood, or onto whatever surface you want it on. And I cut this on my Cricut, and it's just regular vinyl, permanent vinyl. And so I'm just taking this little Cricut tool, and I'm going to go over the vinyl, because I want the vinyl to stick to the wood. And then we're going to paint over top of it, so everything's going to be yellow. And then once it dries, we'll pull up the welcome, and it will be in brown, or the wood stain. It's so cool. I love doing this. This technique is so much fun. And so I'm just making sure that it sticks. I mean, yesterday, I tried everything to get that vinyl off that strong grip. It is so hateful. But this is the regular, and it is so easy to work with. So I'm just going to pull this back. I hope y'all can see. There we go. Pull this back and make sure that the vinyl stays on the wood. And this is just a different technique, something different. I always like to try to do door hangers that are different. That way, when you're at an event and you see somebody else selling door hangers, it's okay, because most of the time, two people aren't going to have the same thing. It's just not going to happen most of the time. It's very rare to have. I've never seen a door hanger that I made at another person's booth. So, all right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put tape across here, because I'm going to leave this as the wood stain, and then this is all going to be yellow. And so I'm going to put the tape about right here. So all this is going to be yellow and all this is going to be the wood stain, but I need to measure it, make sure my line is straight. I'm just measuring it to make sure it's the same all the way across so that my line is going to be straight. Okay, that is straight. So now I'm going to push this down. Going to make sure this is down really well. I'm going to be using a sponge roller, and I'm going to use the chalk paint in a blazing yellow. It's folk art chalk paint, blazing yellow. Okay, so here's what we have. Now we're going to paint it. I do the sides and everything. I have a turntable that I use, and then I'm just going to start painting it yellow. And I have these are like trays that the Jack Daniel's barbecue comes in. They make great paint trays. And I wasn't sure which yellow to use, so I think I'm going to go with this one. The blazing yellow. I think it's really super pretty. And this is a quick process, really. You just have to wait in between coats for it to dry, and you want it to be pretty dry before you start peeling up that vinyl, because it could mess up your paint. Okay, so I'm just getting the paint on the roller. This is a great summer door hanger. It's got, you know, with the bee on there and the yellow. It's just fun. I love the yellow. And I have yellow tulips, and I actually have some ribbon with a bee on it, which is super cute. And I didn't even pick out my ribbon yet. I won't be able to do the ribbon, or I won't be able to attach anything on live with you because I have to seal it before I don't know what that's going on there. I have to seal it before I put the bow, actually attach it, and it takes a little bit for that to dry. So, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go around the edge first, and when you get to the painted part, or the tape part, sorry, the tape, I go away from the tape when I do the edges. That way it doesn't bleed under the tape. Alright, so now I'm just going to start painting over top of this vinyl. I'm not sure if this is the yellow I wanted to use, but it's already on here, so we're going to go with it. I think it is. There was one yellow I had. I wasn't crazy about the color. And yellow is a funny color to deal with. So I'm just going over the letters with the paint, and it's probably going to take 2 or 3 coats before we get it the yellow we want. And what we're going to do while this is drying is we're going to work on a rooster, just so I'm not having you sit here and watching paint dry. All right, so this is what we have so far, and I've painted the edges all the way up to there, and then this is going to be the wood stain. So I'm going to put this in front of the fan, and then we're going to start on the rooster just while this dries. So give me 1 second. And I have to remember to talk kind of loud over that fan. I forgot to bring my earbuds down, so and what I'm going to be painting, the rooster, I've already did the colors, just going to do the white in the centers of the feathers. ready, and I worked on the rooster yesterday. So, we did this together once before when we did the black and the white, and then we're gonna make him colorful like this one. So I have all the stencils here, and what I'm gonna do is we're gonna use this overlay technique on him. So I have the stencil still on there. That's what looks crazy. So the stencil's still on there, and this is just a 12 by 12 board, 3/4 inch thick, and we're gonna do the white patterns in all the areas, okay? Just like we did on the black and white one that we did together, but we're gonna do this one. This is just something we can do together that while that door hanger's drying, so we're not just sitting here watching paint dry. What have you guys been up to? Man, it's been really warm here, which is a good thing, but this week it's supposed to cool off, and then I think it's going to warm up again. So I'm going to use a makeup sponge, and I'm going to use Waverly chalk paint in Snow White, and then we're going to paint on him. So I did this yesterday. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just use the paint off the lid to get the paint. Okay. So I'm just going to dab the paint off the lid, and we're going to, so I'm just getting a little bit of paint on here, and I'm going to dab it off. And real lightly, we're just gonna do, I guess I better put the stencil on here. I'm gonna do this on the red. I'm trying to use it where I can see it through here. Just want to make sure I'm staying in the part that I need to be in. Not get it on the other colors. So that's basically all you do is you just dab, dab, dab lightly so it doesn't bleed. And you can lift it up and see what needs to be done, if anything, if you've missed a place. That's the great thing about these stencils. They're so versatile. And I'm telling you guys, I ordered some more 6 mil, but the mylar is clear. And that cuts so nice. And I was wanting to cut more stencils for this on the clear because it would be easier to see where you are. So that looks pretty good. I'm gonna pull this up and make sure. Oh yeah, looking good. Okay, so then I'm gonna do this stencil here on the next part. And I'm still using the white. We're gonna do white on all of these. I'm just trying to use the edge of the sponge up here on these tight spaces so that I don't get it anywhere else. Can you believe that it's almost Easter already? It's just crazy how time flies. So that is basically how you do the overlays. You just lay it down, you go over the design. Oh yeah, that looks good. All right, next up we're gonna do this yellow part. We're gonna do polka dots because I love the polka dots. And then we'll check our door hanger, put another coat of yellow on there. So I can see where the yellow is on this, so I can stay in there. I think I just got a little bit on the blue, but I can go back and fix that. Not a problem. I wasn't sure I was gonna be able to come live. I had planned on recording this and then just uploading the video because our internet went out this morning, but it's back, thank goodness. Oh, I didn't get any in the blue. That's good. Good, good, good. I thought I did, but I did not. So that is good. We've got another show coming up this weekend, and my girl Nevaeh, she's my niece, she is going with me. She's been taking skating lessons, and so she's off this coming weekend, so she gets to go with me, and I'm so excited. She usually goes, she's been going with me to all of them, but here, since she's doing the skating, she hasn't been going. I miss her. All right, so here's what we have so far. I'm going to grab that door hanger over there. We're going to put another coat on it. And then we'll go back to the rooster. Y'all, I've got some cute Easter decorations. If you're interested in some, we have some really cute bunny door hangers, like the it's a bunny shape with yarn. Super fun. I'm gonna have those this weekend. I have a tulip cross wreath, and I may make a wreath, a cross wreath out of yarn if I have time today. I may do that. I may do that actually because I can do that watching TV. So when we watch the race, I can do that and watch the race. I have not done the crosses before, but I got the idea today in church of doing them. So that'll be fun. All right, so I got another coat of yellow on here. We're just going to go over this. And I'm not putting a lot of pressure on this. You don't want it to bleed, so you don't have to push down real hard. So just rolling this on here, and it's probably going to take 3, maybe 4 coats because this yellow is kind of transparent. All right, so I'm going to sit this back over there. All right, are you guys multitaskers? I'm always trying to think of, okay, what can I do when I'm waiting on that? I can get more things done that way. Okay, back to the rooster. Let me get some more paint on here. Goodness. Okay, so we're going to start back with the square pattern. I'll take this lid off. So I'm just using the paint out of the lid, and we're going to get back on him with the little flower pattern, or no, the squares. So we're going to use the squares, and I cut all of these on my Cricut. That's how I cut all my stencils. That's the only thing I have to cut with. And it does pretty good, actually. Now that I'm using the 6 mil, it's so much better. Okay, so we're gonna do the darker blue, and I'm gonna try to stay away from his little legs. I'm just going over this really light. And try not to get it in the yellow or on his little feet. Oh yeah, that looks good. So now we're going to use these little flowers to do this center section. So you guys, are you planning a vacation this summer? Tell me all about it. I love to hear people's plans. We fish a blue marlin tournament, and it is so much fun. Being out on that ocean with no internet and no phones is amazing. It's like you're just completely off grid, you and nothing but water and hopefully a big old blue marlin. So tell me what your plans are for the summer if you have any. I'm a homebody. I like to stay home, but the Big Rock is one of my favorites. Trying to make sure I stay in the boundaries of my feather. So far, so good. Here a little bit. All right, y'all, that looks good. All right, so now we're gonna go to the yellow. We're gonna do the chicken wire again. I'm gonna try to use it where I can see through it, so I can stay, because the yellow feather is smaller. Just want to make sure I don't get it on anywhere I don't want it. I think that looks good. Y'all, this is super fast. All right, we're gonna check the door hanger again real quick. That's what we have so far. I love the colored rooster. Oh my goodness, give me 1 second. All right. And we'll have this, so I'm gonna go another coat of yellow and see if that's enough. We may have to do 4. We'll have to see. This stuff is super thick. All right. So we're just going over this again. These are good sellers too, by the way. The bees are super popular. right, I'm gonna let this dry some more while we finish up the rooster. All right, so there we have that. All right, back to the rooster. All right, so now we're on the light blue feather, so we're going to go with polka dots on that. This is so fun with all the colors. Love, love, love. The farmhouse designs are super popular this year, I've noticed. All right, let's check this. And that looks good. Next, we're gonna do these little designs on the darker blue. Try to get this right. These are so fun to make. Oh my goodness. Just making sure I'm staying in the right part of the bird. And so far, so good. Okay. Now we're going to do the red, and we're going to use these squares on the red. Check. Oh yeah, that looks so good. Okay, last one is the flowers. And let's get that on there. And I tell you what I'm gonna do with this. I don't think I'm gonna be able to do it with you guys because I have to do this outside, is I'm gonna go over this with wood stain. I know it sounds crazy, but it looks so good when you get done. I mean, it's not gonna turn it brown. It's really amazing what it makes it look like. Kind of like the rustic look, but it's super fun. And I don't do it on a lot, so I think I'm gonna do it on this rooster. It's just something different and fun to give it that farmhouse look. And again, I'm just dabbing this real light. Super fun, super fun. Hey, hey everybody. What are y'all doing today? let's check it and see. Yes, that looks so good. All right. Now for the big reveal, you guys. Oh my gosh. Okay, here it is. All the designs on here. Now what I'll do is I will put a sawtooth hanger on the back, but let's reveal the rooster. This is my favorite part. In all his glory. Oh my gosh. Y'all, I'm seriously loving this. Ah, how stinking cute, you guys. Oh my goodness. Just when you think you can't like it enough. All right, so what I'm going to do, I wish I could do this in here with you guys, but the fumes will be too much. So I'm going to go over this with wood stain. Yeah, and then I'm going to post a picture of it with the wood stain on there so you can see it. But that's all I'm going to do is I'm going to go over it with wood stain. But this has to be super dry, especially the red, because the red will smear. So once it dries really good, I'm going to go over it with wood stain lightly, the whole thing, everything, and then wipe it all off. And then it's going to be so cute. Oh my gosh, y'all, I can't wait for you to see it. So this is the rooster. He's done. He's adorable. Oh my gosh. I need this in my kitchen. I really don't. I have enough. You wouldn't believe how many roosters I have. So this one is going to go with us to the sale this weekend, to the event this weekend. So you guys, if you're bored, come on out to the event in the War Memorial. I believe it's 9 to 3, so come out and see me in Nevaeh. We will be there all day. Hopefully it won't rain. If it rains, we won't be there. So far it's looking good. It's looking a little chilly, but no rain. So that's good. I can take chilly over rain. So there's the rooster. I'm in love with this rooster, y'all. Seriously. All right, let me grab the door hanger and see what it is. It is not quite dry yet, so we're going to give it a little bit. I don't think it's going to need another coat. I don't think. So all we'll have to do is pull that vinyl off of there and reveal the reverse stencil. It's so cute, you guys. So I am also going to work on a door hanger with a sea turtle. It's the first time I've done it, and I'm trying to pick out all of my paints that I'm going to use. The sea turtle stencil came from Essential Stencils, and it's big and it's beautiful, and I can't wait to do it because I want to mix all the fun beachy colors on him. I'm not sure. I know I'm going to be using this as Seaside Villa. I'm going to use that one. Grotto. I don't know if I'm going to use that because that looks, we're going to see. And this is Peacock. I may not use Peacock. And this is Ocean. I will most likely use Ocean, but I'm trying to look for mainly teal and light blue. So be watching for the sea turtle. I'm hoping to get that done today. I have lots of projects to do. We have a couple big events coming up at the Vinton Dogwood Festival. So excited to do that. And then the Emerson Creek Pottery is having a festival, and we'll be at that one and that one. Those two are my absolute favorite events. So yeah. All right, let me grab the door hanger and see where we are with that. I think it looks okay the way it is. I don't believe I'm going to do another coat, so we're going to go ahead and pull the stencil, the vinyl off, and reveal it. So it does look a little bit wet there. Maybe just a few more minutes in front of the fan, you guys. So I'm also going to be making another, this one is sold, but I'm going to be doing another one of these also today or tomorrow evening. The cows, the Highland cows are super popular this year, and the roosters have been really popular. So if you're just hopping on, we finished him up, and we're gonna go over him with the stain. How cute. I'm loving it, you guys. So I can't wait for y'all to see this. It is gonna be so cute. So I'm probably gonna use, I think it's called, the stain is something walnut. It's so pretty, you guys, so pretty. I'll post all that when I post the picture. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and do this. Now there's like little pieces of, I don't know what those are. I'll get those off the sandpaper, but right now I'm just gonna take the tape off, and then I'm gonna take this vinyl off. So this is what we have, you guys. Super summery, right? Okay, I'm gonna use a Cricut weeder to pull up that vinyl. And hopefully I've let this dry enough. But if not, we can always fix it, right? Because that's what we do. I'm gonna put you guys back down. So I'm just gonna pull this up lightly and try not to scratch any of the paint or the wood. And I try to keep peeling it in one piece, but that doesn't always happen. Like it breaks like it just did. And it's not dry all the way, but we're gonna go with it anyway since we've already started. And you just don't want to wipe anything, especially if the paint's still dry or still wet, because if you go to wiping it, you'll smear it and you could mess your dranger up. You just have to be careful that you don't scratch the wood or the paint with your weeding tool, because I have done that. And that's so frustrating. All the work you put into it, and then it does that. But and like I said, sometimes it's hard to see where your vinyl is, but if it would just stay in one piece, wouldn't that be like amazing? It would just peel all off at one time. But it's going to be super cute with the tulips at the top. Love, love, love how it's turning out, y'all. Like I said, I'm not going to wipe it because it'll smear that paint, and you don't want to do that. So here's what we have so far, y'all. How cool is that? So I'm sorry you can't read it, that it's backwards, but Facebook needs to put the put it back the way it was so you could see everything, or we could flip our cameras. The bee is challenging because he's so small, and it's hard sometimes to see where that vinyl is. I can't wait to do the donkey. Y'all, he's so cute. And I'm gonna do this part like in, I think it's called Milk Jug is the color. And then the donkey will be in the dark brown. It's gonna be super cute. This is adorable. There's 2 little pieces left, and then he will be finished. All right, I don't want to rub that. I'm gonna go over it with a dry brush. What do you guys think? How stinking cute is this? Oh my goodness, you guys, how cute. It's gonna be so pretty with the tulips and the ribbon with the bees on it. It's gonna be super cute. So I'm gonna take this dry, clean brush, and I'm just gonna go over it and get all that paint off. Piece of vinyl right there. There you go. Oh. Okay, you guys, what do you think? How stinking cute is this? I love it. Like I said, the bees are so popular and super cute. So, there is this. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now is I will stain it. I mean, not stain it, good grief. Seal it and then put the bow and the tulips up here, and I'll post pictures of it later tonight. Once I get the stain or the sealant dried. I seal it with spar urethane, water-based. Make sure you always use water-based because the oil-based will make your colors, it'll definitely make white look yuck, so you don't want to use that. So cute. Okay. Alright guys, let's do a devotional and then we'll be all done. That was pretty cool. What is today? Today is the 6th. April 6th. Wow. That's crazy, y'all. Alright. And this is just a little devotional book that I have that I absolutely love. So it says, what is the focus of your prayers? Since you have asked for this, and not for long life or wealth for yourself, but for discernment in administering justice, I will do what you have asked. 1 Kings 3:11 through 12. There is a strong temptation to focus on self in prayer. Many people only come before God with lists of requests. The danger is that your prayers become self-centered and your gratitude to God and to others take a back seat. Each prayer that you pray must echo the immortal words of Christ, not as I will, but as you will. Matthew 26:39. This is the highest practice in faith, complete surrender to God's will and committing yourself to Him. In this way, you acknowledge His sovereignty over your life and your circumstances. Christ has his hand on you, and the Holy Spirit will guide you onto the perfect path. Lord, you guide me when words fail me in prayer. Your mercy intervenes and gives me peace. Amen. So, you guys, like I said before, if you need prayers, I'll be happy to pray for you. You don't even have to tell me what it's about. I'd be more than happy to pray for you guys. Prayer is very powerful. You know, if you're struggling, anxiety or whatever, God is there and wants to help all of us. And you can pray for peace, and I'm telling you, you will have peace. I've gone to God in so many times with anxiety and stress, and you just get this sense of peace, and it's amazing, and God is amazing. So if you need prayers, let me know. And that is it for today, you guys. I hope you had a good afternoon. I hope you have a great evening and the rest of your weekend. I hope you like this project, the river stencil. Let me know what you think about it, and I will definitely be posting finished photos later, and I'll definitely post finished photos of the rooster after I put stain on there. I know it sounds weird, but it's amazing. So you guys have a great rest of your weekend. Have a wonderful week ahead, and I will talk to you guys so soon. You guys have a great one. Take care.